I have another very important debut for you. That behind me is the updated and refreshed 2025 Hyundai Tucson. This is a compact crossover. This goes up directly against the Toyota RAV4, the Honda CR-V, and many, many others, including from, of course, American manufacturers, Japanese manufacturers, and the rest. And this is a hot segment because everybody's crossover crazed, and this is Hyundai's latest answer to it. So they've updated the styling, the interior, some of the available features, and this is basically what's gonna come to market later this year in the summer and or the fall. So I'm gonna show you several different Tucsons, starting with this one, which is the plug-in hybrid. They have a full range of powertrains. I already did a comparison video of the Santa Cruz versus Maverick, so check out oldtfl.com for a lot more coverage. I've got an XRT Tucson right there, and I have another one I should be able to show you. So let's start with styling. In the rear, the styling is close to where it was. So for this brand new 2025 model, because it's really their best seller, Hyundai didn't want to mess with it too much. On the front, they did update it slightly, and you can kind of see a little bit maybe narrower up there in the grille than before, a little bit more upright, and a little bit just more refined. They took the existing design and tweaked a few lines, and I think that's good. I mean, you don't want to mess with success. It's already working for you, and it kind of has this very, very unique signature, light signature that kind of integrates into the grille. So I would call it a kind of a mild update as far as exterior styling is concerned. Of course, there are some new wheel choices and wheel options that I can show you in a second. This is the plug-in. So yeah, so they have the regular ICE gasoline powered ones. They have hybrids, and they have plug-in hybrids. So really the powertrains remain about the same. What this update is really about is features and styling. So the interior sees a more dramatic update. Just take a look at this. Let me get my light. So a couple of elements that are also related to some of the other new vehicles from Hyundai, but I really love what they did here with the shelf. So you could put a phone or your device up here. These vents are a little bit lower, a little bit more streamlined. The design kind of flows together. They brought back the knobs and a lot of buttons. Tuning knob, volume knob, really visible emergency flasher button. I love that because some manufacturers, those buttons are hard to find, or they're really small. The climate control system knobs, dual screens. These are 12.3-inch infotainment screens, curved design. This design is also on the new Santa Cruz. Slightly different design for the steering wheel. Semi-floating center console. So you can kind of see some of the design elements there. Of course, wireless charging. Drive mode. I love how they integrated the drive mode and some other features here like hill descent control, EV mode, auto hold, center locking differential into the center console. So kind of fresh thinking. If you see right there, there's memory controls for the front seat. Excuse me. Here you can see the seats. There's the shifter, kind of very similar to some other vehicles from Hyundai. I'm not in love with the shifter. Yes, you can kind of see it here, but when you're sitting, sometimes the shifter is hidden by the steering wheel, and if you're jumping into this car for the first time, you may not be able to immediately see the shifter. So I think once you find it and get used to it, after a few minutes it's fine, but maybe if you're just jumping into it for the very first time, it could take you a little bit to get used to that transmission shifter. Huge space in the back. Let me sit here. I'm just about 6'3", just under that. And with a panoramic sunroof, I have headspace, I have plenty of legroom, and this is a compact crossover, not even a midsize, and plenty of space. I mean, all the vehicles are getting larger, and I mean, I welcome it. I'm kind of a big dude. Vents, of course, USB-Cs, heated seats. The seat controls are actually on the door. So that's actually also kind of easy to find because you already know where the control for the lowering the glass is, the window control, and then the seat control and the lock controls are in the same place. So let me know what you think about this new design. Here's yet another model. This is the XRT, so this is a little bit more off-roady. You can see kind of the macho new design on the wheels. Hyundai designer said that they were inspired by like a wrench or some tools when they were designing this new wheel. It's very similar to the one on the new Santa Cruz XRT. Here's the new badge, or maybe it's the badge that's been there before. I love this color, kind of a greenish. And as you can see here, so this one, I believe, is not a plug-in. So if it's not a plug-in, then on the passenger side, you wouldn't have an extra door. So this one doesn't have it. It has these kind of bulging fender flares right there. So it's a little bit, I mean, these tires are not very aggressive. So I wouldn't call it like a true like Bronco Sport competitor. Bronco Sport is a little bit more off-road worthy, I would say. But if you're doing some light off-roading, gravel roads, going up to maybe ski in the mountains, or maybe even cross-country ski or snowshoe, this would be a perfect vehicle for that if you're not encountering big boulders or ledges you're crawling over. So all right, and then finally, here's also the N line. Hey, Joe.
Hey, how are you?
I'm recording. Yeah, hi, very good.
Good to see you, TFL.
Good to see you. Here's a hybrid. You can see that here. N line is kind of a little bit more sporty, so you can see a different treatment on the fender flares. There's different color options, and this one also has the map pulled up and some of the, right there, the map is pulled up. There's a steering wheel. Sorry, I'm Joe's and Lori's picture, so I apologize, guys. This is just on the day before the New York Auto Show starts, so check out oldtfl.com. We have wall-to-wall coverage from the show, and here's a little bit more of a base, not base, but not XRT off-roady Santa Cruz. So here's another one. So stay tuned for a lot more from the show. Like I said, oldtfl.com. As you can see, many different YouTubers and presenters are here. So if you're in this area, check out the show. There are a few new vehicles here, including the new QX80. Of course, the new Genesis lineup, including their wild concepts. So you gotta check it out. I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me.